So our role with Bitcoin really is to look at, with crypto, really is to look at the banks, and we think it's banks are perfectly able to serve crypto customers as long as they understand and can manage the risks, and it's safe and sound. As a good number of our banks, right, that we regulate and supervise, do that. The threshold has been a little higher for banks engaging in crypto activities. And that's because they're so new, and we don't want to make the mistake. If you're making a choice to conduct that activity inside a bank, which is inside the federal safety net with deposit insurance, then you want to be pretty sure that it's a safe and sound activity. So, we're not against innovation, and we certainly don't want to take actions that would cause banks to terminate customers who are perfectly legal just because of excess risk aversion, may be related to regulation and supervision. So,
and with respect to households and their inclusion in the asset class,
that's kind of it's not really our bailiwick. You want people to be knowledgeable about the financial engagements that they have, and that's why we have the securities laws that we have. It's why if you read a mutual fund prospectus or individual stock prospectus, you want households to have the chance to understand the risk that they're taking. And, I do think it would be helpful if there were a greater regulatory apparatus around crypto. And I think that's something Congress was working on quite a lot. We've actually spent a lot of time, with members of Congress working together with them on various things. And I think that would be a very constructive thing for Congress to do.
Okay, so bottom line is, he was trying to get out of him, are the banks going to be able to deal with crypto? Well, they can't right now because cryptocurrency is deregulated. This is why the person that owns the most crypto is going to probably be the wealthiest, because crypto is not regulated. That's a big deal. They also ask right there about households. Well, he's like, yeah, I think it'd be nice. Well, what happens is you don't play in something you don't understand. And this is, again, why I started the Millionaires Club, because I'm like, I need y'all to understand that Bitcoin is very valuable. It's not going anywhere. XRP is very valuable. It's not going anywhere. Ethereum is very valuable. It's not going anywhere. The stock market is not going anywhere. So if you look at these AI stocks right here, NVIDIA, oh my gosh, these are down. This is when you buy. You buy when things are down. You don't worry about, oh my gosh, it took a hit, it's down. That's a part of it. Nothing's just going to go up. So the key is to buy the things that are valuable, hold on to them, trade them along the way. So now every single day, you're now what? Playing in these asset classes. Look at this. Asset prices elevated by many metrics right now. Asset prices. That's why I want everybody to own assets. Period. End of the story. Okay. Everybody put in here right now, I own assets. Come on. Put that in here right now. I own assets. I own assets. I own assets. Come on. Say that right now. I own assets. Come on, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. I own assets. That because asset prices are bullish. Real estate is bullish. Rental income is bullish. Gold and silver is bullish. The stock market, even when it's down, if you know what you're buying, if you know what you're doing, it's bullish. That's right. Put it in there, Keita. Yes, you own assets. Yashika, you own assets. Yes. Sharita, you own assets. Shoshana, yes, you own assets. Charlene, you own assets. Wanda, you own assets. So you have to make the sacrifice. Sometimes you got to make the temporary sacrifice to get yourself in position, Juliet, to own the assets. Again, I don't want you lamenting over inflation. I don't even want you really thinking about that. I want you to be thinking about creating wealth. That's where I want your thought process to be. I want you to be printing money in your spirit. I want you to be making money in your spirit. Thank you, Lord. I make money every single day by the grace of God. But I'm using these economic, practical things. I'm studying the markets, and then I'm coming back and I'm teaching the Millionaires Club, because I want to make sure that we are a part of this wealth transfer, because there is a huge, huge, huge wealth transfer that's happening, and it's happening right now. And I declare that it's happening with you and not without you. And so you have to change your mindset. You can't talk like everybody else. You can't whine like everybody else. You have to be solution oriented. And again, it doesn't mean that you don't have, that it's not times where you got to make some sacrifices. You see what I'm saying? Gotta make some sacrifices, gotta do what you gotta do. But listen, but at the end of the day, I want everybody in a position, Lori, where you're able to cash flow every single day from all of the asset classes, the stock market, the crypto market, the real estate market, gold and silver, and buying gold and silver, putting it on auto save. I don't care if you just do 1 ounce, 5 ounces, 10 ounces a month. If your goal, I'm going to say this and get ready to wrap. If somebody has a question, you can ask me. And I posted this on social media today. Julia, if your goal is to buy a car in May, Charlene, if your goal is to buy another property in April, opposed to just saving money, save it in silver, because the value of silver last year was like 27% just last year. So if you would have took $10,000 and put it in the safe, you would have been at a loss. Now, when you pull it out, you count it. You might say, well, my $10,000 will still be there. Yeah, but the purchasing power is diminishing. It's diminishing. And so you would want to take $10,000 worth of silver or gold, hold it, use that to buy your house or buy your car or whatever, right? So that's why I want you all consistently saving silver. And if you get a lump sum, go ahead and buy silver and then just stick it in the safe until you're ready. Now, we also have relationships with places where they do what they call SEP IRA, silver and gold depositories, where you can call them, set up an SEP IRA, set up a SEP IRA, and put your gold and silver, send that gold and silver to that depository. It stays in the depository and it continues to experience price appreciation on gold and silver. Then, a year, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, whenever you're ready to start drawing on it for retirement, they will send out the value of the silver and the gold at the time, which is definitely guaranteed to go up, and start distributing that to you every month or every quarter or every year, right? So that's something good to have. And we're going to have somebody on to talk about that in the club to give you an option with starting to save that asset class with strategy. The safe is good, but getting a SEP IRA is definitely super, super smart. And, get that set up. So now you can start working on your retirement, or not even your retirement. You just might want to put it there and say, hey, when I buy this house, I'll go ahead and have it shipped to me or have it. Now, the other thing I want to tell you too, a lot of title companies, car companies, they're now starting to take gold and silver, and they're also taking Bitcoin and XRP. Bitcoin and XRP, they're taking in gold and silver. So you might be able to just move that asset to go and buy something. Okay. And so these are just some of the things that I wanted to come on to tell you how these tariffs are going to work for you and not against you. I don't want you to be afraid of inflation because as long as you're accumulating assets that cause you to gain in your purchasing power, and that's real estate, that's crypto, and that's gold and silver, you are going to be fine. If you are just on a cash deal and you are not playing in any of the asset classes, I beseech thee by the mercies of God, child, to start getting assets that are going to protect your purchasing power and increase your purchasing power. You do not need to just be thinking about cash. You cannot just keep thinking, I get cash and I pay bills. I get cash and I pay bills. No. And I don't care if you pay yourself, buy 1 silver ounce a month. You got to start paying yourself. Deuteronomy 28 talks about blessing your storehouses. So the more storehouses you have, the more God has something to bless. That means that he empowers you to prosper in that thing. Okay. And so I want to encourage you to get serious about it. Millionaires Club, we meet twice a month. It's really, really powerful. We give you a little bit of light homework, nothing that's going to really be checked, no A, B's, and C's or none of that. But I want you thinking, because this is your superpower now. Your brain is your superpower. Your questions are your superpower. Your conversations, the right wealth conversations, this is your superpower. And so this is what you have to feed now. This is what you have to use now. This is what you have to put to work now. It's not just about, sitting back and being frustrated. Can you believe you are wasting your time? It is what it is. It is done. It is finished. So now what you have to do is learn, how do I thrive in this environment? How do I thrive? Because I know, I've heard it, I believe it. During times of economic crisis, there are tons of economic opportunities. I have to just put myself in the position to hear it. So, Wilcox, I have a company that I'll put it in the thing. But if you get on, that's my link right there. If you get on quicksilverme.com/886682, you can set up your auto save, where you can save 1 ounce a month, 5 ounces a month, 10 ounces a month. If you want to, like I had one girl, she just bought like 11,000 ounces. She bought like 11,000 ounces. Okay. And at one time. And so I got her on the phone with the CEO, and they had that shipped or whatever, but we did it. So you can do small, or if you want to do a large purchase, you can do that as well. The key though, remember, to gaining wealth is start where you are. That might mean I'm not doing Starbucks twice a week like I used to. I'm buying my silver, and it might seem slow, but I'm telling you right now, the key to becoming wealthy is to start. Your superpower is your brain, and your superpower is starting. You have to learn that when you hear something, you move on it. I heard this morning when I was doing prayer, I heard the Lord say, and I just started to say it, that we were going to be doing Bible studies, Juliet, on yachts, and Bible studies in penthouses. Some of you, not just me, all of us together, God is doing a thing. We're going to be doing Bible studies in, fabulous condos and private jets. I immediately got on the phone with a chartered yacht company and putting together a trip that will only be available for a handful of people, because I know that right now God is creating a new normal. And so I've learned you just got to flow with it and go with it and trust him, and just know that his plan is always to take you from level to level to level. So listen, thank you all so much for jumping on here tonight. I really, really, really appreciate it. I believe in your ability to succeed. I believe in your ability to win. I believe in your ability to thrive. I believe in your ability to live your best life. The most and the best the life has to experience belongs to you. It belongs to me. All right, you guys, make sure you join the Millionaires Club right now. Get on jeweltanker.com for more amazing conversations and wealth strategies that's going to secure your 2025 and leave you in a place of much abundance. All right. Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.